Shalom. I'm gonna give all the glory and the praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash, double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the bishop's great millstone. Shalom to the whole full elect, which are remnant of the Israelites and Israelite foreigners that don't like the Israelites, but they are Israelites. Shalom. And Salaki for the noise in the background for future references. Also Salaki to my nose a bit stuffy. Salaki. If I sound a little whatever and I keep sniffling. But something I wanted to talk about yesterday, but just to be honest and admit to everybody, I haven't probably been taking care of myself, eating and replacing my electrolytes like I supposed to and stuff, and magnesium and all that stuff. Basically, my vitamins and minerals I supposed to have. And lately, I just been exhausted and tired, and it's been passing out trying to do too much, not replacing what I supposed to be replacing. So Salakia for that. I know better. I know better. So I need to take care better of myself. But this is what I want to talk about yesterday though. Right here in Ecclesiastes 1:14. Well, before I start reading this, it's like when you sit back and analyze when you're here in this world still, it's like when you're around certain individuals, you see the sincerity and the realness within them, but it's still like damn at the end of the day. Like y'all could be enjoying yourselves, laughing, remember certain things, enjoying yourself, but then in the back of your mind, it's like, damn, you still a fucked up individual, you still crooked. So no matter how real or even if you even try to come to them, trying to tell them the truth without telling them, like subliminally tell them certain things, they'll come around to it, but at the end of the day, they still gonna go back to their ways. They might even believe it, but they're still gonna be sticking to their ways. And because like the Lord either two options. Either they still crooked or it just ain't time yet. But for the most part, as you can see with certain individuals with the sincerity and the realness, they still got crooked ways, man. Still got crooked ways. And it hurts sometimes. And that comes with the wisdom and understanding, knowing that, like, this is what comes with the truth. The more you grow and you learn, the more you understand this is not for everybody. You got to keep it to yourself at times. Because a lot of people going to use it, take it, sloppy. A lot of people going to take this truth and use it to their own advantage instead of using this truth how they're supposed to be using it. All right. Let me get Ecclesiastes 1, verse 14. Because this King Solomon also, which is Yahweh Shai. All right, now it says, I have seen all the works that are done under the sun. And behold, all is vanity and vexation of the spirit. Now, the reason why I got that because at the end of the day, when you sit back and look from basically what I was just saying, everything is empty, meaningless, and irritating at the end of the day because the stuff you see people doing is like, damn, man, why you still doing this shit? Shit is pointless. It's meaningless. It had no it had no point to it. There's no purpose behind that. You start getting frustrated and irritated because the more you try to express it to the people and break it down to them, it's like, there's no point. Because they still want to do what they want to do. And that goes back to 15 right here. That which is crooked cannot be made straight. And that which is wanting cannot be numbered. And you know certain people, you come across the potential they have, what they just turn it towards the truth. But you got to remember, you can't recover them. They can't be numbered. And they got crooked ways. They can't be made straight. Regardless of how much. You just got to keep that in mind. And that comes with the wisdom and understanding too. Because a lot of us, if we don't fully understand with their wisdom, you still going to try to convince an individual that is crooked. You can't convince a crooked individual. Just like it said, that which is crooked cannot be made straight. And that which is wanting cannot be numbered. Regardless of how much you try to convince an individual, it ain't for him. Or it might not be the time. So don't stress yourself about that. Don't be grieving so much about it because you enjoy being around. It's like sometimes you enjoy having company around certain individuals that's not in this truth though. You know, like I'm talking about like co-workers and stuff. Like me personally, I don't mix and mingle with nobody outside the truth. Besides like family that I had to build around still. You know, and sometimes I be having little good times, laughing and all that, whatever, at certain moments, but I separate myself. Because in the back of my head, I remember Y'all still got that 2/3 mentality. I still can't deal with y'all. Y'all know what's going on. So it's even worse. And so regardless, you just gotta pay attention to that shit. Now if I'm gonna keep on reading, I was just gonna get them 2 precepts, but I'm gonna just keep reading. It says, I commune with my own heart, saying, lo, I am great. I am too great estate, and have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yea, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. And then when you think about it, we might not have the wisdom and understanding that King Solomon had back then, but to a degree as of right now, if we look at the 2/3 of Jerusalem and all these kings and other nations out here, yes, we do have more wisdom than them. We do have way more understanding because when we in this ministry sincerely, following the instructions and believing in the Lord at the end of the day. And so he revealing his understood wisdom and knowledge to us. This is how Shad is revealing this to us. This King Solomon basically letting us know this wisdom and understanding he was learning from back then. If you basically understand it. In verse 17. And I gave heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also is vexation of the spirit, because it's nothing at the end of the day. When we really sit back and analyze, people right might be laughing and ha ha he he, whatever the case may be, co-workers or family members or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, it's still irritating because it's like, damn, in the back of your head, like, y'all, this still some 2/3 shit. Yeah, it's a little funny or whatever because it was a funny situation, whatever, but you gotta stop this shit, man. It can't be and start becoming irritating because it's like, man, that shit's pointless. Why I'm even still? Because same time, Lord say, still gotta be around certain individuals, regardless, and then just to show forth of how He separated you at the end of the day, also. And that's a thankful thing because He could keep you right there with them with that same mindset. But no, He still bring you back to reality to let you know this shit ain't right. It's irritating, ain't it? Hell yeah, Lord. Tired of this shit. I don't want to keep having to remain humble all the time around all these people knowing that they fucked up. I want to call them out on it. But at the same time, what's crooked cannot be made straight. So regardless you calling them out on it and shit, they still gonna do what they do. So don't even beat the dead horses. Let it be. And that comes near you having wisdom and understanding at the end of the day. Verse 18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increases sorrow. And that's basically what's going on. You learn and understanding as you in the midst of them, knowing like, damn, at the end of the day, yeah, y'all fucked up. Y'all fucked up. So I gotta pay attention to focus on what I need to focus on. Don't get caught up in the mix of them. Number not thyself amongst the multitude of the sinners. Now, I know certain brothers got to be around certain family members, just like how I am in certain situations. But at the same time, as long as you keep your mind, your spirit separated from them, within Yahweh Shem Yahushua, as long as you stay focused on them, He got you at all times. That's how I'm able to do what I could do. Tap in, tap out. Because it's like, all right, hold on, let me go ahead, calm down a little bit. Don't want to be over righteous. Yeah. All right, now good. The water y'all about to smell. Let's how you separate and made them go about their business now. Now get back into what I need to do. It's irritating, but it is what it is, man. And another precept, I'm gonna grab one more precept before I close. In Proverbs 14:13. So I was looking into that too. And I was like, yeah, it is facts. And that helped made me thought about like some of my co-workers that I be around that time. Even in talking amongst my family, like, yeah, man, it'd be funny sometimes, you join something laughing at that specific moment, but then in the back of your mind, in the spirit, basically, you realize like this shit ain't right, man. Y'all sincere about certain things, but it's like you still don't know what's going on. You still don't want to commit to the Lord ways. So it's like, it is what it is. Proverbs 14:13. Even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful, and the end of the mirth is heaviness. Because at the end of the day, these people still gotta go. Lord's will, like if some of them sincere, they might get saved. But at the end of the day, just gotta keep in mind, man, this is about suffering and people about to die out here. I'm gonna read it in the NLT also. Laughter can conceal a heavy heart, but when laughter ends, the grief remains. And that's basically what I was experiencing. Because at the end of the day, back in my head, like with co-workers and with certain family members, it's like shaking my head like, damn. Yeah, it sounds good, but this is not what y'all think it is. So hopefully it was edifying. You know, I'm gonna give all the glory and the praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash, double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the Bishop's Great Millstone. Shalom to the whole full elect, which are the remnant of the Israelites and Israelite foreigners that don't look like they're Israelites, but they are Israelites. Shalom.